Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, your number one place for Island reviews and content. And are you a member of the RAS gang? Because if you don't know what the RAS gang is, then are we even watching the same video? But obviously our man Jay has made the RAS gang famous, and I really thought that I should just take a moment at the beginning of my video to address some RAS people in my comment section. Now I know it's hard having an opinion on the internet because not everybody is going to agree, and to those people that feel like they want to say something negative to me, to them I say, well, you're more than welcome to make your own YouTube channel and voice your opinions on there. But I think Ryan Higa said it best when he said,
"To all you easily butthurt people out there, the next time you feel like something is offensive to you, ask yourself this. Does this really bother you? Does it actually offend you? Or are you just thinking that because you feel like you should be offended even though you're really not?"
So I know you might know me too much now because I've only got like 4,000 subscribers, but when I get 100,000, you'll know me much better then. So I'll see all of the haters and the appreciators at 100k. But now everybody, let's just relax and get into episode 10 of Island. So let's get it. Now, of course, everybody, I will be giving my thoughts and opinions along the way. I will leave some timestamps up here for you as usual so you can skip to your favorite chapter, and the loading bar is separated into chapters as well, so you can just skip to your favorite section. Now, I just wanted to touch on the voting quickly that they showed at the beginning of this episode. So obviously, when we're getting into this end of the game, when they have 10 people left, now 9 people, there's going to be a lot of violity? There's going to be a lot of violent voting going on. And basically, I just feel like that, for example, Jay was 11th, and then we find out, spoiler alert, that Jay's 3rd at the end of this whole thing. I just really feel like that Nam June said it best when he said... Now, I think the way that this voting works is that people assume that their favorites are going to be safe if they're closer to the top. So then more people vote for the people at the bottom, and then, surprise, surprise, the people at the bottom end up at the top. So it's really important for you all to vote for your favorite. This is the last time, I can't believe we're already here. This is the last time that the public will have their chance to vote. So you really need to vote for your favorite, because it doesn't matter if they're in the top 3 now, they could be the one going home next week. So everybody, your voice matters and your opinion matters. So make sure you vote via the Weverse app every day. But let's get into the dance practices. So everybody, let's jump into their mini mission. The mini mission is by 17 themselves, or at least 4 of the members anyway. So let's call them 14. Finally, we get that long-awaited Idol and Island content that BTS didn't give us last time. And I'm really living for the interaction of 17 and the Islanders, especially when they start to teach them through their dance routines. And I really appreciate them just being the best 14 that they can be. And I just wanted to shout out to Hoshi, because Hoshi been looking like a meal. Now, the 2 songs that they will be performing is Pretty You and Hit Sound. I find it really cute that Sunghoon actually struggles with this cute, pretty concept. I feel like he's just too masculine for those kind of things, and it's really funny trying to see him struggle, but he eventually makes it in the end, which I'm really proud of. But I love how Sanu is just like, "Yas, queen, let's get it." Now in Pretty You, showing off their performance in front of 17, you can really tell that Sanu, Taki, and Daniel are really in their element. Like those 3 in the yellow jumpers, like they just really work so well together, and I just love their expressions, and they're just having fun, which is what this song is all about. Now I feel like with the Hit Sound team, that the team is already at a disadvantage because the choreography for 17 is always on point and always so hard. And I think Hoshi makes most of their choreography anyway, but I just really feel like that they're automatically at a disadvantage because all Pretty You team has to do is just, you know, they do still have to do choreography, but they do a lot of facial work as well and expressions. Whereas the Hit Sound team, it's all about choreography and it's all about being on point. Now, when the Hit Sound team performs in front of 17, I really want this to be on the record for all the Nicki fans out there that like to shout out in my comments saying I don't like Nicki and how disgusting it is of me to not call out Nicki. Well, keep this on record, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really proud of Nikki in this performance, and I think Nikki just really killed this. Now, before they announced the winners, I had a prediction that the Pretty You team was going to win, and they did win, yay! And then not only did they win, but my man, Sunu, the one and only Queen Bee himself, Sunu, actually won the whole competition, so I'm really, really happy for that. Now, this episode takes a really emotional and personal turn when all of the Islanders go outside and they have all these video calls from their fans all around the world. And even later in the episode where each one of the members leaves a personal video message for the other member, I find that really humbling, and it just really puts everything into perspective that regardless of who gets into the final 7 or not, each one of them are individual people and they've come this far, and every one of them should be seen as a success from this point on. Now, I did want to make a special point that when they were showing the video calls for some of the members, some members got one video call shown, some of them got like 3 or 4 video calls shown from different people. So I feel like that there's a little bit of favoritism playing in there. Okay, now moving on to their next test, we've got Sunu that has to decide what members and what song he's going to pick out of Chamber 5, Dream of Dreams, and Flame On, which is the energetic and refreshing concepts. Of course it's energetic and refreshing, just like a can full of Sprite too.
I love hamburger and Sprite.
Sunu is really just living his best life. Like, he gets to pick the song, he gets to pick the members, and Sunu can just, you know, just be the queen that Sunu is, the queen bee. Now, I love how the Chamber 5 team knows Sunu is the king of facial expressions, and he goes through a routine with them, which I just find really cute. Now, even though Sunu has this innocent fun side, we really saw that Sunu can actually take control and actually give constructive feedback, as he does by leading his team. So I really felt like that this episode really showed us a completely different side of Sunu. There's a little bit of Heesung and a little bit of Jae in their leadership style in Sunu, so I was really happy to see that. Now, with the Flame On team, they took the standard routine of just sitting down and working out who would be in the best position for what. And I really feel like that Kay has really learned from his previous experiences about being a little bit selfish and a bit greedy. So he decided to volunteer Sung-hoon to take that role. But I really feel like that there's a few other people that should have maybe put their hand up as well. Like Han Bin is always a natural leader that I find. I'm really surprised but happy that everybody chose to give Kay the position anyway, because then that just reaffirms with him that his whole team has his support and their faith in him regardless. Now, it's in this part of the episode where Jae's really in his feelings. He's like pulling himself away from the main group during dance practices, and my heart really goes out to Jae, and I really feel like that Jae is such a sweet boy, and like he's just like so mature, but I just really feel like that I really wish Jae would have a bit more fight in him this episode. Like, I don't want to see Jae just give up. Like, he's such a beautiful person and he deserves to be there. Like, his dance is always on point and he always has the best interests of everybody else. And I really feel like that he's just selling himself short by writing all these like heartfelt messages, and my heart really goes out to him because I feel like that you shouldn't just give up on yourself, Jae. Like Jae is the head leader of the RAS gang, and we be gay gang for life. But I'm really happy at the end, Jae's emotions turn around when he sees how much the outside viewers actually want him in the island. So I'm really proud of Jae. Please don't give up again, Jae. We want you in the top 7. Now, when the final voting comes out for who's staying in the island for this episode, of course my man Sunu is at the top. But that doesn't mean that he might not be at the top forever, but I really hope he does. I can't imagine a final 7 without Sunu. Like, he's just such like a ball of energy and he's just like got this fire within him. Now, of course, we have number 2 and number 3. We've got Heesung, and of course Heesung's always going to be in the top. Heesung definitely deserves everything that he gets because he works hard. But I'm really, really happy to see Jae at number 3 as well, because Jae's just... because this really will just reignite the fire in Jae's heart, and I just really feel like that Jae's definitely a contender and he deserves to be a contender. Like, he always works hard, and I really feel like that these top 3 are definitely going to be in the final. Now, of course, we have Han Bin at number 4 and Park Sung-hoon at number 5. And I feel like that those two are most likely debut as well. Now I know Hanbin has a really passionate Vietnamese following, so that's obviously helping in the scores as well. So I'm really proud of him. And Song Hoon, the gorgeous husband material Song Hoon is, I'm glad that he's in the top 5 as well. Now for number 6 and number 7, which rounds out our debut group, is of course the gorgeous Kay and Jake. Of course Jake is Australian, so by default Jake has to debut. But I'm really disappointed that Jungwon is number 8, and I really feel like that it's at this point where you're really struggling to pick a top 7 because you really want there to be a top 8. Now, I personally feel like that one person in the top 7 could be swapped out for Jungwon because I feel like that Jungwon has a really strong following, but now that Jungwon is number 8, I expect all the Jungwon stands out there, all the ones that are in my comment section, to vote for Jungwon every single day, and I feel like Jungwon is going to have a surge in votes for the next round. Now, Nikki is number 9th, and I really feel like Nikki has really shown us, especially in this episode, that he definitely has what it takes, and he's definitely not going to give up without a fight. But then we're down to Daniel and Tucky, and I'm just like, I really love these two. I couldn't imagine Island without either of these two. And I'm so proud of Daniel because he's only 15 and everybody's really acknowledging him and how strong he is as a performer at 15. Like, could you imagine how far Daniel is going to go when he's 20? Like, I really feel like that even if Daniel goes in the next episode, which I really don't want, but even him and Tucky, they've got so much of their lives ahead of them. And like I said in one of my previous videos, that even if they do get eliminated from Island, Bang PD and Big Hit will always have their eyes on them no matter where they go. So I feel like that anybody that gets eliminated, it's not goodbye, it's just see you next time. They'll probably debut in another boy band that Big Hit wants to debut in a few years' time. And I just really feel like that this whole experience is just going to make them stronger than ever, and they might not get what they want now, but they'll definitely get what they want at some point in their lives. And the rest of their life is ahead of them, so they'll just go from strength to strength from here. And once again, it's really hard to be emotional and watch this video and record a video at the same time, because it's really hard and heartbreaking for Daniel to say goodbye to Tucky, and just seeing Nikki and Kay really upset as well, being their fellow Japanese member, really makes me upset. And I just don't like seeing these boys go through these things, but I really feel like that Tucky is very strong and will always appreciate Tucky. And we'll always appreciate Tucky and his bright side and like his bright future ahead of him as well. So I'm really appreciate Tucky and I'm really proud of him. Tucky, you will be sorely missed, but we love you and we'll see you somewhere in, as I like to say, Pilatus Entertainment. Let's get it. But everybody, that is another episode down. Episode 10 is done and dusted. Episode 11 is coming up and I'm sure it's not going to be any less emotional than this one. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe below. I can't wait to see the Islanders' performance on the next episode. And I'll see all of you, ladies and gentlemen, on the next episode as well. It won't be too far away. Bye everybody.